Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. As you guys know, I have been in VA. It's been a little rainy while I've been here, so I've had a lot of time at home. So apologies if this vlog is not super dynamic or on the move. It's gonna be one of those sit down chats yet again, so I'm sorry about that. But let's get straight into the 10 health benefits of fasting this Ramadan. Now, before I start, I would just like to say that this applies to both fasting during the holy month of Ramadan and intermittent fasting. So the first one is something that is going to seem a little self-explanatory, but I just need to say it for sake of saying it. And that is a stronger sense of self-discipline. When you fast, be it for 16 hours or from sunrise to sunset, essentially you are proving to yourself your body can do without some of the most basic needs. During Ramadan, you abstain from food and water and from smoking as well from sunrise to sunset. And while you don't need smoking at all, you do need food and water to survive. But by fasting, you're showing your body that can actually survive and thrive without it. So if you're somebody like me and you fall off every diet, fasting is actually a way of eating. It's more about how you eat and not what you eat. And so I'd encourage you to fast to kind of give yourself a little bit of a kickstart into either curbing an addiction or weaning yourself off of one meal a day or just trying to promote healthier eating. The second benefit of fasting is something that I touched on in my last video, and that is the natural process that occurs when you're in a fasted state, autophagy. Autophagy is your body's way of recycling leftover or degenerative cells that are kind of hanging around as a result of your usual normal metabolic functions. It is your body's way of kind of composting what's old and left over and making it into something new and actually very beneficial to you. Autophagy stands for self-eating. So when your cells are eating away at the leftover material that your body creates from your normal processes like sleeping and digesting, essentially you are then entering a state of autophagy. I get excited when I'm pretty hungry because I'm like, amazing. My cells are actually going to be reusing themselves to strengthen them, improve my neurocognitive function, improve my immune system. It's going to help me live longer. It's going to fight against anti-aging. And it's something that you can only achieve when you are in a fasted state. The third benefit of fasting during the month of Ramadan is the increased secretion of HGH. HGH is human growth hormone, and that is what essentially is happening when your body is in an autophagus state. Human growth hormone has a ton of benefits. It is one way that your body can actually preserve its muscle composition and your overall health. Human growth hormone has, for a lot of people, been a supplement. It's something that can actually occur naturally as a result of being in a fasted state. The fourth benefit is, again, probably pretty self-explanatory and is one of the benefits that a lot of people know about. But when you're fasting, you're essentially giving your gastrointestinal tract a break. So if your body is constantly contracting in order to break down foods that you're ingesting, giving it a break and relieving that actually helps your body to absorb more nutrients once you do break your fast. And that takes me to my next tip, which is the improved function of nutrient absorption in the body. When you are fasting and your body is not ingesting or breaking down anything, the minute you put something into it, it's so quick to absorb into your bloodstream and can actually penetrate all of the necessary organs that it needs to with either your vitamins or minerals found in your food. One way to make sure that you are actually benefiting from this is to break your fast and eat foods super high in nutritional value. Fasting is really great for burning fat. The fat that you see on your body is actually fat tissue. And what happens when you're fasting is your body breaks down that fat tissue, turning it into fatty acids. Fatty acids are actually a good thing because what they do is when it moves throughout your body by way of your bloodstream, essentially what happens is your body converts that to energy. So while you don't want to be fasting for weight loss purely during the month of Ramadan, you want to remember that you have to be in a caloric deficit in order to be actually reaping the benefits of that. So if you do break your fast with a 6,000 calorie meal and you're not moving at all, then you aren't going to see any of that. Another benefit is something that I have been doing a lot of research about recently. If you have PCOS or you are pre-diabetic, then you know insulin resistance is a huge deal. Being insulin sensitive is not necessarily a bad thing, but being insulin resistant is. When your body is insulin sensitive, essentially it's a little bit more receptive to how insulin, which is a hormone secreted by your pancreas, is used to break down sugars in your body. When you're in a fasted state, your body is actually the lower levels of insulin, which is really good because that will enable you to shed some of that fat if that is your goal and maintain normal metabolic function. Another hormone that I want to talk about in addition to insulin is ghrelin. Ghrelin is your hunger hormone. So when you're in that state, when you're absolutely famished and you just you're hangry and you can't even think, Ghrelin is who you have to thank for that. But when you're fasting, you're actually increasing your Ghrelin levels. And what that does is that stops you from overeating. There's a saying that says you starve a cold and you feed a fever, and that's because when you starve a cold, you are improving your body's immunity. Sometimes the best thing for you to do if you're not feeling well is to actually go into a fasted state. Whether you do a dry fast, which is what we do in Ramadan, or if you actually do incorporate liquids into your fast, then your body is actually going to benefit from enhancing its own immune system. It does that because it removes all of the toxins that are kind of lingering around your body in, again, autophagy. And your body is actually creating healthy bacteria in your gut. And as you know, your gut health is so important. And with this healthy bacteria in your gut, you are essentially improving your overall immune system. Finally, another great benefit of fasting is your improved cognitive function. When you're in a fasted state, your body is stimulating ketones. Ketone bodies can prevent neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia and improve your memory. And that's because it boosts the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factors. So when you are fasting, your brain is actually a little bit more alert. You don't have that cloudiness that happens when you consume sugars or carbs, and you're allowing your body to mentally and physically run at optimal efficiency. So with that said, I would definitely encourage you to break your fast on foods and keep eating foods that are super nutrient dense. So there you have it. Those are my 10 health benefits of fasting this Ramadan. It would not be a VLOGMADAN video without a plug for a cause or an organization that I feel strongly about. And thinking of health and the benefits of fasting in Ramadan, that I would ask you to donate to an organization that has been fighting and combating to improve the lives of people suffering from diabetes for years. The American Diabetes Association receives hundreds of grants from people to do research and improve the lives of those suffering from diabetes, both type 1 and type 2. I have a couple of people in my family who are actually diabetic and pre-diabetic, and so your contributions, however large or small they may be, will definitely enable the organization to continue to do work they need to find a cure for diabetes once and for all. Again, I thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. When you do subscribe, there's a little notifications bell, and if you don't mind giving that a little click as well, that will really help my channel. I hope that you learned something from today's video, and I hope that you'll come back for another episode of VLOGMADAN tomorrow. Bye!